Yeah, July 23rd. We are ready for coming up on show 200, but tonight is show 196, photo share and discussion. Happy Father's Day, everybody. Hope everybody had a happy Father's Day. I'm not a father, but I had a great day anyway. Did talk to my father, though, so very good. Yeah, hope everybody got to spend some time with dad, granddad, and take advantage of it, because when you're you just see so many people say, "God, I didn't get along with my father. I didn't spend enough time with my father," and then when they're not around, then you miss it. So you got to make sure you take advantage of it every chance you get. So hope everybody had a good one. Wes is down in swampy, rainy Florida.
Yes, I am.
And wet and dripping rain, and it's kind of been like that up here in Atlanta too. We've had a lot of rain, and it's the sauna season. It's worse for you than it is for me, but this is summer where you get the little pop-up thunderstorms. It's real warm, and then it rains for a few minutes, and the rain goes away, and the sun comes back out. And, literally see the steam rising off of the grass. So it's good. And it's also U.S. Open weekend. We're in the final round of the U.S. Open golf tournament from Erin Hills in Wisconsin, and I'm streaming it. We'll see if it interferes, but I'm watching. It's actually been a pretty good. Yesterday was good, and there was a lot of people that were tied, so a lot of good golf. Today was a little tougher than it has been the last couple of days.
Yeah,
all that.
Usually,
all that wind today. Yeah, Koepka and Harmon are tied at 13 under.
Okay.
Ricky Fowler is in second at -11. Hideki Matsuyama is -10. So there's still 4 or 5 guys that could win it. Yeah, it's a pretty course. It does definitely, having lived up in that area for a while, it's definitely kind of reminds me of my old home. So it's always it's fun, and it's great golf courses in the Midwest. For those of you that are golfers, if you haven't golfed in the Midwest, there's a lot of stuff there. I mean, everybody thinks of Florida and Arizona and California, but for those 6 or 8 months of the year, April to October, there's a lot of really good golf courses in the Midwest. Very challenging, hilly and windy. Wind is a big one there, especially in the Midwest. You get all those fronts that move through. So always be good golf. So let's see here. I was taking a look at the groups. We got a few things. I don't see if you guys. I managed to get one color image processed. I've got them scanned, but I only really had time to do one, so I picked out the one of the barn and redid it in color and a few. And did you get out at all this week, Wes? No,
it didn't make it out. I'm thinking about asking for some time off at work.
Okay, yeah, you should use up some of those hours.
Yeah, I got to do it now before the terms change. So,
now you guys? Hey, Dennis, how are you?
I'm all right, Mark. You?
Yeah, good, doing well. Happy Father's Day.
Hi, Dennis. Yeah, happy Father's Day.
Yeah, where's is it Father's Day in America?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, same day, is it?
Yep, same day. Whatever it is, 2nd or 3rd Sunday of June or whatever they do it. Yeah. So, yeah, very nice picture on Facebook.
Yeah, that was my daughter stuck that on there. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you go out for breakfast or lunch or something?
No, she's working today, so just got in from her shift.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. It's gone 11 o'clock at night here, so
yeah.
We're suffering from heat exhaustion at the moment, Mark. It's really hot here.
So we got to qualify that. What is really hot?
Really hot. It's got to be about 80 tonight. Yeah.
Wow. And you don't have air conditioning, so.
You open the window.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, and that's warm for you at night. I mean, that is that's on the line. Yeah, that would be a nice cool evening for us. It seems like.
Yeah, for Joe, it's going to be positively cold. He'll have a coat.
Yeah, you have to have a jacket on for that. But well, cool. Well, good. Glad you sounds like you had a good day, Father's Day, and
Yeah, I suppose it's hot in Florida, is it, Wes?
Yeah, not crazy hot. It's still only in the upper 80s, but it's
Yeah.
Humid.
Since we're getting so much rain, it's humid and
Yeah.
What about you, Mark? Where you are?
We're in the summer pattern, low to mid 80s, well, mid to upper 80s generally, and the humidity's picking up. So yeah.
Is that normal then, 80 for you?
Yeah, our normal summer will be high temperature of 85 to 90 and humid, and then at night it might get down to low 70s.
Yeah.
So,
forecast is it's going to cool down tomorrow, about 25 degrees centigrade.
wow, okay.
So.
Get back down to 60.
I think
we don't get that. We don't get that here. That's the thing with our part of the country, Northwest, and once the heat comes in, you don't really get a break from it. You know, it kind of comes in May, and you're in it till September or October usually.
Yeah.
There's not really any break in the heat. So
yeah, my friend said that New York's like that. Once it turns, then it doesn't go back. Whereas by this time next week, we could be freezing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are you a golf? Do you play golf and you watch golf, Dennis, at all?
No, sorry, can't do that.
You live in Great Britain. You've got to be. That's like the birthplace of golf. I figured everybody there watches golf, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's something I've never got into, really. Sea fishing.
Yeah. I did for a while. I played golf for quite a while when we lived in Colorado, but we had access to a public course that was close by and cheap. So that made it easy. But then once we didn't have access to that and we had the driveaways and the price went way up, we're like, nope, that's the end of golf.
Yeah, I think the golf courses in the UK are really expensive. Yeah. It costs a lot of money to belong to them.
Yeah, that's the way it is. When we moved to Chicago, it's definitely like that. Even the public courses were expensive, and
they probably got more expensive when Donald Trump bought them.
Yeah, you raised the price a little bit. Yeah. Well, golf's that's like skiing. People say, "Oh, you lived in Colorado, so you must have done a lot of downhill skiing." Oh, not at whatever it costs for lift tickets anymore. So skiing and golf are kind of the people that can pay the money and enjoy the golf are the ones that will go and do stuff in the winter. They'll do all this downhill skiing in the winter, and then they'll do golf in the summer, I guess.
Right. Yeah, I've never really been into skiing myself. I'd rather not go anywhere where there's snow.
Okay.
Yeah. The Caribbean would be fine for me in the winter time.
Yeah. We're kind of getting that way now. Having lived down here for 10 years, where we get a little bit of snow, but I'm very much used to not having to deal with the snow in the winter. And
yeah, I understand that everyone moves out of New York and goes and lives in Florida in the winter. Is that right?
A lot of people do. Yeah. And a lot of people in the Midwest go down to Arizona. That's what Joe's population of Phoenix almost doubles in the winter. It seems like people coming down from Chicago and the Midwest area going down there. But yeah, I don't.
Luckily, they drive past us because it's still too cold for them here.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Still freezes here, so they keep going.
Yeah. Your winters are, well, I think the winters are mild here in Atlanta. So
our winters are very mild, but still, people go further south.
Yeah, they don't want it to freeze. They don't want to see freeze at all. They want it. Yeah, they want it 80 degrees every day, and you got to go South Florida for that.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I think really it would be ideal to leave this country around about beginning of December.
Mm-hmm.
Go like Barbados, stay there till March.
Yeah. Yep. Come back first part of April, right at the beginning of spring when everything's starting to bloom and look nice again. Yeah.
When I was in Barbados, I couldn't believe that you could fly from the UK, which was freezing cold, -6, step off that plane into the middle of summer.
Yeah. It never changes there hardly.
It's constant, like 80 degrees. It's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Sea's warm. You don't need to own a cardigan.
Yep. Yeah. That's the way. I haven't spent much time in the Caribbean, but I've been to Hawaii, and that's the way Hawaii is. I mean, it's the same temperature all the time. It's low 80s. You get the sea breeze. Yeah, it's just nice all the time.
Ideal. No work though.
Yeah. Well, Yeah, yeah, super expensive, and yeah, no work to offset it. So, all right. So I think we were just talking about any photography this week. Wes hadn't done any photography this week because it's been raining all week. How about you, Dennis? Any get out with the camera at all?
Yeah,
you did a little bit, right?
Yeah, I was playing with the digital camera.
Okay.
Yeah, we went on the longest pier in the world with a friend of mine, and they got a museum there. So I thought I'd take the digital because obviously indoors it's easy to take pictures. And after I paid to get in, there's this big sign saying no photography.
So you ended up just putting the camera, not using it at all.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah. So you posted a picture of that pier, and it looks like it is a really long pier. That's
it's the longest pleasure pier in the world. I think I put the miles on there as 1.3 something miles, 1.34 miles.
Wow. Yeah, that's like 2K basically. Yeah, 2 kilometers long. That's a pretty long one. Yeah. It goes out there.
I used to maintain the electric trains on there.
Oh, okay.
In the 70s, yeah. So,
so
now they're diesel.
Oh, they are. You would think they would go the other way. You think they'd go from diesel to electric?
Yeah. Why would they have people walking right next to a diesel train?
Yeah, I think it was the health and safety. You know, where you got 600 volt just across the.
Oh, yeah. You don't want people touching that third rail. Not good.
No, you definitely don't want to do that because we used to call up the office on the radio to get the power turned off when we needed to work on the line. But just to make sure they did it, we used to throw an iron bar down.
Oh, okay.
And many times it exploded and dropped into the sea because they hadn't turned it off.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess.
Good thing you checked.
Yeah, it's better doing the iron bar than throwing a new guy on there to see what happens.
Yeah. It would have been cheaper than the iron bars. So we kept losing them.
Yeah.
They used to take off when you threw them on the track.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so they go from electric to diesel now. Huh, that's interesting. Well, now they should have, they should be lithium, they should be electric, like new electric. Like big lithium ion battery packs. They don't need a third rail.
2,000 lithium batteries underneath. It's quiet, very quiet ride out.
Yeah, just fill the whole bottom of the car with lithium. Be like 10 Tesla packs back to back to back to back.
Yeah. How's that going to be with salt air from the sea? You know?
Yeah, that could be a little interesting. Yeah. It'd be a good a durability test of the technology.
It would be.
So you got out. It looks like you had good weather. Wes didn't get out. I didn't get out at all, but I did process an image, a film image. So that's good. I got one of the 6. I took the 6 color Ektar shots from New York. So I got one of them all the way through, and I'll work on the other ones this week. But looks like I think Wes got some new camera equipment coming his way. So we want to hear the story of this. I saw a post on Facebook, and I was like, oh, it looks like Wes has purchased a new camera.
Yeah, well, I kind of got a collection going of old Canon FD mount cameras, and I have the A1, and I have an EF. And the granddaddy of all the FD mount cameras is the F1 camera.
Cool.
And I've wanted one for a while, and they were always very expensive, and hadn't looked at them in a while, and was bored and searching around eBay this week, and noticed that the prices on them are kind of lower than they've been in the past, and managed to pick one up for around $70.
Wow. What were they before? How much of a drop is that?
Usually around it used to be around $200 was what they were going for.
Okay.
Is this Canon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what year, because they were like you were saying before, they're made from basically 12 or 13 years. So what year is yours from?
I have to wait to get to look at there's a code inside where the film goes. There's like a letter, and you look at the letter, and it tells you what year.
Okay.
And then it tells you what month, and you can also tell which factory it was made in. I was doing some research this week.
Cool.
My A1 is made it was made at the Fukushima factory.
Okay. All right.
Just no longer in existence.
Yeah. So did you get just the body itself?
Yeah, just the body. I have pretty good collection of FD lenses.
Okay. Yeah. I was just saying, I just pulled up on eBay here. So here's a body. Oh, that's a lens. The body itself looks like, here's one for 99 bucks.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I did get a pretty good deal, but the prices are definitely down on them from what they used to be.
And you think it's because everybody's moving to the AE one? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, I think it's because all the hipsters like the AE one.
Okay. Huh. So they're moving over there, and yeah, everybody with F1s is like, wait a minute, I still have one I want to sell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you noticed, Mark and Wes, the prices of film cameras are gradually going up?
Yeah. They're all going up, definitely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's why I'm trying to.
All the film stuff's going up, but more and more people are switching to film.
Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have noticed that. You know, I haven't. I kind of pop in and take a look at like you know what roller cords and stuff are going for, and they're generally going up. And then when I started to search for the large format, whereas a couple years ago when I first looked at large format, used ones were, you know, significantly different than a brand new one, and this year they weren't. I mean, ones that were in good shape were only a couple $100 less, it seemed like, than like the new Chamonix. So
you have to remember though, Mark, there is no alternative to a large format camera. There's no digital version. You know, it's
yeah, that's true.
yeah, and it's like medium format. Unless you've got 40 grand to spend,
Mm-hmm.
a medium format film camera is always going to still command a reasonable price.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's
I
true.
think that Contax 645
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be a really good medium format camera, but
Okay.
on eBay in this country they're like over $2 grand.
Wow.
Yeah.
I looked at. They make. They do 35 millimeter too, right? They had some 35 millimeter ones.
Yeah.
Were they rangefinders? Is that what they were? I think.
I'm not sure if they were rangefinders.
But they were expensive on the. They were,
SLRs.
yeah.
Yeah, I think you're thinking there is a Contax rangefinder. It takes the M lenses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're really expensive. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Japan camera hunter guy, he's the one who recommends. I think it's Contax G1 and G2.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, that's where I saw it. Yeah, that was when I was looking for film. You know, 4 years ago when I was looking at film cameras. Well, cool. So you hope to get it this week, Wes? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, I think it should arrive this week. It's been shipped and it was priority, so I think I'll probably get it Tuesday or so.
Yeah. Cool. That's.
I just posted a link in the chat. I don't know if you saw this week, but Intrepid announced an 8x10 medium format this week.
Yep, they just they did a Kickstarter. I'd seen that. I forgot to talk about it last week. $222,000 pledged, which is interesting. I haven't. I heard about it and I looked at it and then I haven't gone back to it. But they're
it's like $675.
Okay,
pretty good. They're 4x5.
It's like the camera that's expensive. It's going to be the film for that stuff. It's expensive.
Yeah, the film is expensive. But you can use the same lenses you use on your 4x5, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The only thing you've got to watch is the image circle because some of them won't cover it when you tilt.
Yeah. But it'll be so 135. It'll just be a longer focal length on the 8x10, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think some of them won't work, Mark, because if you tilt a bit or turn the front stand in any way, you'll get the dark corners because the image circle just won't cover the 8%.
It's not big enough to cover the film. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, this is it. But yeah, I mean, they've sold a lot of the 4x5, and they came out with a second version of that one earlier this year. And I looked at it. I was thinking of getting it, but it would have been at least a couple months for it. And, you know, it's...
You got to be brave to buy an 8x10, Mark.
Oh,
or rich.
no, 4x5 is expensive. I mean, you know, it's big enough. It's still compact enough that I can take it places. I mean, I can fit the folded up 4x5 in my little camera backpack that I use for my mirrorless. Yeah. So I can put everything in there and 2 lenses, and I can take it with me wherever I go.
Yeah, that Channel 8 is really nice. Fold it up, like you say, just put it in a bag, carry it with.
Yeah, very easy. And you know, the 8x10, even though this looks like it's relatively compact, it's still, I mean, it's still 8x10, so it's big. It's a big camera. But okay, this looks like Mesquite Dunes.
You going for one of these then, Wes? Yeah.
No.
See, but look, if you had one, you could take a picture just like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have to go to wherever that is.
Yeah, it looks like that's. I bet that's Death. That looks like Death Valley, but maybe
well, that looks like Joe's back garden because of the amount of
yeah, that's true. That's Joe's backyard. Yeah. That's off his deck.
Probably.
So easy to carry, foldable and compact. So let's see. So it's 5 pounds. That's actually pretty relatively what 310 by 310.
Yeah, that's still quite a bit to carry, though. 2.6 grams.
It's half the weight of my DSLR with the 600mm on it.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
Okay, so it's got. Okay, so it's pretty decent on rise and fall. Shift 55 each way. Yeah, I mean we got all the movements that you would need, for sure.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of picture that movement makes.
Yeah. That makes one where the film should be down here.
Yeah.
Down here. The film should be at the bottom, down here.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's... Looks like, you know, they've been doing the 4x5 for, what, 3 years or something like that? So they've gotten a lot of feedback, and they've modified the design. So it's probably...
It's not quite as well built as your Chamonix, though.
No, probably not, but it's probably perfectly fine, you know, for somebody that's going to get out and use it. Yeah, it's probably fairly durable. Oh, okay. Yeah.
If you're going to do these, Mark, you might as well sensitize your own glass plates and go the whole hog.
Yeah. I'll just skip the 8x10. I'll just get like a wagon with a cart behind it, and I'll do like 18x20 glass plate. Yeah, I'll just do it that way. Well, it's gonna be they're probably gonna sell a bunch of them.
Yeah. 280% zoom on that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
that's gonna have a lot.
Sell as many of these as they will the 4x5, just because you know the cost of entry isn't bad. The price of the camera is not bad, but it's gonna be the film that's gonna get you, especially if you shoot color.
Yeah, I think it works out about £10 a sheet.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think even just black and white on that is about $3 a sheet, something like that, $3 to $4 a sheet. And the color, yeah.
But the way the pound's going in this country, I'm sure it'll be equal to the dollar anytime now.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, it's pretty close now.
Yeah, there's not much of a difference. Only 1 or 2%, I think. Yeah. So they got film and the film holders. That's going to be the other thing too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you look on eBay, an 8x10 film holder is really expensive.
Yeah. Oh, and they've got a 4x5 back. Okay. So you can buy the 8x10, but then all you'll be able to afford is 4x5 film. So you have to get this to put on the back of your 8x10. Yeah.
Don't forget, Mark, you can get a 120 back for your Chamonix. Yeah, because I've got a 6x9 back for mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it really does produce quite good.
Did you get it from Chamonix?
No, it's just one I got from eBay.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just a bargain, so I bought it anyway.
I've thought about that. I haven't. That might be the. I want to get another. I want to get one more lens. I think I've got. I don't know if it would be a wide angle or a telephoto, but I feel like I think probably I don't know. I've gotten to where I wish I had on either end of that. You know, the one I have now, the 135 is, you know, that's the walk around lens for the for the 4x5. But
yeah, I've got a 135 and I've got a 150 and a 210.
okay.
So I'd like to get hold of a 90.
Mm-hmm. Do you notice a big difference between the 150 and the 210? Is it a noticeable difference?
Yeah, the 210 is a really good. It's a Rodenstock, and
Okay.
it's quite a good lens. It's in really good condition.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean a 300 mil will probably do, but for the telephoto end,
Mm-hmm.
give you about 100 mil on it in 35 mil speak.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So 210 is going to be 210 will be about 75 millimeters, something like that.
Yeah, it'd be about 70 mil. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So if I could get a 90, that's going to be a nice wide angle. It'll be about 30 mil on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're quite expensive.
Yeah. The 90s are several $100s at least.
Yeah. Some of them, depending on what ones you get. There's I think there's Rodenstock N's and there's Rodenstock S's, and the S's are about £800, and the N's are about 200. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And reality is you'd probably be fine with the N if it's in good shape. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably going to be the next purchase is going to be another lens. And then maybe I'll think about a film back, but I do need, especially if I want to do some like in town, more architecture type stuff, buildings and that type of thing. I think it'd be nice to have a little bit wider angle.
Yeah.
I think the 90 millimeter would be probably make sense for the second purchase.
Yeah. I picked up some Provia off of eBay in 120. Which is slide, so I'll be trying that, but that can go in the Bronica or the film back.
Okay.
Yeah, and of course I've still got the 50 sheets of Provia I got for the Chamonix.
Mm-hmm. And you haven't used any of those yet, right?
I haven't used any. Now the weather's picked up, there's a good chance of going out and try to have a play.
Okay. Good.
But that only worked out about. I think I paid £30 for 50 sheets.
Okay.
It was an absolute gift because
wow, that's
it's about £250 in the photographic shop.
How much is the processing though?
Well, you just do it at home, so it's E6 process. So that works out about £29 for 2.5 litres.
Okay.
Which would do quite a few rolls. Of,
you've got to use that up relative. You've got to use that relatively in a relative short time frame, right?
Yeah, the C41 we had lasted months, which was
I remember that almost a whole year. You had stuff that lasted.
The E6 just went to pot in about 4 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've got some wine stoppers. Don't know if you've got them in America. You probably have. You take the cork out your bottle of wine and you put this cork in, and it's got a vacuum what sucks the air out of the bottle.
Okay. Yep.
So your wine lasts a lot longer when you put it back in the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they're using the same stuff on the photographic chemicals. And on the website I was reading, they said they got E6, what lasted nearly 8 months.
Okay.
By extracting the air from the bottles after you've.
That would make sense. You're stopping any kind of oxidation.
That's it. It's oxidizing the chemicals, and if you put them in the dark brown glass bottles, like the chemical bottles, keep the light off of them, keep the temperature reasonable, and extract the air. There's a good chance that.
Yeah,
it's an experiment. I'm gonna do it. I've ordered some glass bottles, and
okay, all right.
I've got the stoppers and the pump. So when we do the C41 and the E6 chemicals, when we make them up, we'll give it a go and see if it really works.
Yeah, I would do all the film that I wanted to make sure I got good stuff on it, I would do that first. Then I would put it away and age it and see what happens.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And age. I only use aged developing chemicals. Yes, I have to be.
Yeah, the chemicals that we used before, the E6, they've done probably 8 rolls on a litre. So
Okay.
but they were charging £12 for development in the shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think we only paid £28 for the chemicals.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So
very
if you-
reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now they've increased the kit. Technals used to do 1 litre kits.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's 2.5 litre, and it's the same price.
Huh.
Yeah. So now you can do twice as many E6
Mm-hmm.
for the same money.
So how many 4x5 sheets can you get from a liter?
Yeah, I worked out that 35mm roll is about 3.5 sheets of 4x5 surface area.
All right.
So you'd be pushed to get 4 to equivalent on 35mm. But if it does 16 rolls of 35mm, that's going to be quite a lot of sheets.
That's basically 50 sheets. And to be, if you do 3, if you give it a 3 sheet per roll equivalent, yeah. So you basically have 50 sheets for a liter.
Yeah, I've got some out of date film to play with.
Mm-hmm.
But that Provia I bought is in date. It's got another year on it. Unopened box, So
Wow.
yeah.
So how did you get it for so cheap? Was it just somebody that?
Well, some guy just put it on there, and it said £30 starting price.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought, I'm not going to get it for that. So I stuck £50 on it as a maximum bid.
Okay. All right.
And then within hours, it said you've been outbid. So I just let it go because I didn't need 50 sheets.
Mm-hmm.
A few days later, I got an email saying that it's ending soon, and you're currently the highest bidder.
Oh, so people bid higher and then retracted
Yeah.
their bid. Yeah,
They
probably.
pulled the bid, and I went back to being the highest bidder, and I actually won it.
Oh, okay.
So the guy who was selling it must be sick. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So you got a great deal on film. Wes got a great deal on the camera. So now it's my turn to get a great deal on a lens, maybe.
Yeah, you gotta find a lens.
If you shop around, there's some real bargains out there because I got 10 rolls of Provia in 35mm for the Leica, and that only works out £3 a roll.
Yeah, that's pretty cheap.
Which again is another bargain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it's.
Is that on eBay as well?
Pardon? eBay.
Is that on eBay as well?
Yeah, I do all my shopping on eBay now.
Yeah. I've looked at film on there before, but I haven't come across any really good deals yet.
Yeah, I mean,
it seems expensive.
10 rolls on, unopened. The expiry date is 2019. He said that it was bought for a project, they finished the project, and now he's just selling it. And it just went for that kind of money, which is brilliant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I've looked for film-wise is Velvia. 50, 4x5 sheets.
Yeah, that's expensive, Mark.
Yeah, so and I just pulled it up now just to see, and it's 20 sheets for $110.
Yeah.
So five, almost $6 a sheet.
How much is Provia 100F then? Because that's positive as well.
Yeah. Let's see. I seem to remember it being quite a bit.
I don't think it's so exaggerated colours as the Velvia.
Mm-hmm. Well, 5 rolls. Okay, 135. $10 a roll. What size is it? Let's plug that in and see. But I seem to remember it being quite a bit less. Yeah. So here's Provia. Expired 2013. 1 box, $60. So is that 20
sheets?
20 sheets, I think.
20 sheets for $60. Yeah.
Yeah, so $3 a sheet instead of $5 a sheet for Velvia. It's frozen, 2013. Is it 20? Yeah. So it's a lot less expensive, but it's still fairly expensive. I mean, I pay basically for my Ektar is 10. I pay $250 a sheet for Ektar.
Yeah.
Plus $4 a sheet for developing when I send it out. So
you see, when you're playing with the camera, Mark, it's better to get yourself some expired, and because all the expired I've used it's been fine.
Yeah. I have another box of unopened Ektar, which is now in my fridge, and I like it. I think I'm going to keep shooting Ektar. It's a pretty good.
Yeah, I've stuck a few boxes in the freezer, but the wife moans can't get the food in. You know.
You just say, hey, what's more important, film or eating? Come on, really. I mean, it's an easy decision. You just got to think about it a little bit, really.
Yeah. I tell her, like, you can take your bag of peas and your beans.
Yeah.
This stuff's expensive. I don't want it going off.
That's right.
I've got a drawer in the fridge that's just film.
Yeah, I've taken over a laundry room with chemical bottles, enlargers, sprays.
Yeah. I have a small little like dorm size refrigerator that I have some beer in, and I have some film. So I've got everything I need.
Yeah.
Beer and film.
Every man cave should have a fridge for its film. Yeah.
That's right. Yep. And you need beer to drink while you develop the film. So it works out perfect. It works out perfect.
Right.
Yeah, if it don't come out, you won't feel so bad.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You'll be in a much better mood. Well, let's go into these images here because there's some good ones. And do that. So Wes is going to get his new camera this week. So we expect, at least 3 or 4 rolls to be shot, developed, and scanned and posted up by next week.
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
I have ordered a new camera for myself, Mark, but it hasn't arrived yet.
Oh, what is it?
What'd you get?
I got a Sony A7 Mark II coming.
Oh, you were talking about that last week.
Yeah. Well, I looked at the start price when they came out, and it's already dropped £600 in this country. So there must be a new one coming out soon.
Well, it's been a few months. They put one out every few months, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The A9, I guess, probably came out too. So that's
So I thought
helping
I'd
me some.
and go back to so-called full frame.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because I've got the M lenses, and they're actually going to function as they're designed to, because the depth of field will be correct. So my 15mm Voigtlander will actually be 15mm on that camera.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be neat.
So did you buy it new, or did you buy it?
Yeah, it's a new one. Yeah, because Sony are doing a cashback on it at the moment, and
okay. Right.
And the price is already down 500 from the starting price. So
okay.
Yeah, so there's another 100 off on a cashback.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
wow.
I'm going to lose money in the long run, obviously, because of buying it new. But But I looked at eBay, and the prices they're either grey market imports.
Okay. Yeah.
But there's only £50 in it, so it's not worth the risk. So I might get
it's not a big enough spread to take the.
No, it's not like when you look at
the warranty
imports and you're saving 300 or 400.
Yeah.
Now because the price drop and the cashback, it's becoming more of a proposition to get it. And I've also ordered a Voigtlander close focus helicoid.
Oh.
Which means that my M lenses will now focus a lot closer than they ever would on an M camera.
So is it an adapter that goes between the lens and the camera body then? Yeah,
it's an adapter, and it actually moves. It's a it goes 4mm. It's a machined helicoid that turns.
It's like a macro tube that adjusts.
Yeah, it adjusts.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can focus the camera, and then you can turn the helicoid as well, which is like using an extension.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So you've got an adjustable extension tube, basically.
Yeah, it goes to 4mm, and anywhere in between, and it's got an infinity lock on it as well. Quite expensive, the adapter, but I got that on eBay as well. So
okay. So that'll allow your, so if you hook that up to say your 15 millimeter lens.
Yeah, I think the 15 mil focus is about 0.3 meter, so you're going to get a lot closer.
Wow.
Yeah, and also, I mean, the 50 mils on Leicas, I think 0.7 meters is about as close as you can get.
Okay, about 2 feet down. Yeah.
Whereas you're going to be going down to about 0.4 of a meter with the helicoid on.
Okay, yeah, so it basically cuts the close focus distance in half almost.
Yeah, yeah, depending on your, it's not so much on a wide angle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's still closer. I mean, I don't suppose there'd be anything on a 90 mil.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe a little bit closer. But
yeah. Huh, interesting.
Yeah, it's going to open up a new, it's not going to be macro, but it's going to.
It'll be close, yeah. It'll be like half macro. I mean, not true 1-to-1, but you'll be in that, what, 1 to 3/4 basically, something like that.
It's going to give you a lot more options with M lenses. That, I mean, you could never do this on a rangefinder, on a Leica itself.
Mm-hmm.
But on the Sony, you will be able to do it. You know?
And you'll be able to get a full frame. So the Sony is what? Is it 30 megapixels? Is that what the sensor is?
No, this is a 24.
24. Okay.
Yeah, because the R is the Sony R is now 42 megapixels.
Oh man!
But it's huge files, all photo sites, loads of vignetting on the because like they just can't handle the light at that angle.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why the larger photo sites always give you a better picture.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So that sounds like a pretty good deal, especially since you have lenses already that will work as designed on the camera. So
there's a guy on the web over there. You must have seen his blog. Steve Huff is his name.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He reckons the best lens to put on this camera is a Voigtlander 51.5.
Okay.
Which I've got.
Yep.
So I'd be interested to see. You know.
Yeah. I mean, that was my, when I was looking at the Sony, when I was getting rid of the DSLR and I wanted to go to something smaller, I looked at the Sony, but there weren't that many, you know, it said, oh, you could take all kinds of lenses, but you run into vignetting and all that stuff unless you bought their lenses or expensive, you know, like the Voigtlander lenses or whatever. And I'm like, nah, it's just not.
The Voigtlander 15 mil I just bought is the Mark III, which is specifically made for the E camera now. And all the problems with the color shifting. Okay. They only ever worked on film cameras. Mm-hmm. Now they've actually bought a dedicated E mount for the Sony.
Oh, okay.
I bought the version 3 M mount because I can use it on my Leica.
Okay. But then you have to get an adapter, right?
Can you get the adapter.
Okay.
On the Sony. So time will tell, Mark.
Yeah. Do you get that? Is the camera going to show up this week, do you think?
Yeah. It should be due Tuesday, probably. Yeah.
All right. Well, you got new digital, new film, so we have dueling new cameras.
Well, I went out with 2 cameras last week, and I had the 90 mil and the wide angle and a 35 and a 50 on the cameras. And when I come home, I thought, I'm never taking 2 cameras out again. With that amount of weight around your neck, yeah. It
does get it's kind of burdensome, doesn't it?
I think I will just take 1 camera, and then there's always another day.
Pick the camera and the lens that you want to use that day, and just deal with it.
I found when I was with Tim in the botanical gardens, you spent more time getting cameras in and out of the bag and swapping lenses than. Yeah, it was just a pain.
Yeah, and you probably ended up missing some stuff that you would have gotten if you had a camera and got 90% of what you ideally want, but at least you got the shot rather than fiddling around with something. Yeah. Oh, cool. That's exciting. So you're going to have...
Obviously, the A9 would have been the one to get, but, can't justify that kind of money. Makes it like
Speaking of the A9, I saw an article that said that the A9, DxO Mark whatever test stuff. They think that's maybe the best sensor they've ever tested.
Well, I should think so for $4,500.
Yeah, I would hope. But the good thing about that is that's going to trickle down. So in a few years, really, the sensor on that A9 will be on the A9 Mark II because it'll be on the A9 Mark IV, and the Mark II will be $3,000 instead of $5,000.
Yeah. I was toying with getting a Sony or getting a Leica M9. Right, but the M9 has all the problems with the sensor.
Okay. Oh, is that the one where they had the where it was delaminating or something?
Yeah, corrosion in the glass.
Okay.
Yeah. And Leica's been replacing them free of charge, but I read on the net that they've now stopped doing it. They won't be repairing anymore.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, they're probably running out of sensors, So it's
they gave a window of opportunity, and those who took advantage of it, great. If you didn't, too bad.
There was one on eBay this week for sale for 18 to 1900.
Okay.
But it was 15 years old, and it had just had the sensor replaced.
Oh man!
I thought, do I want to spend that kind of money on a 15-year-old camera, especially a digital one?
Yeah. So you got a 2002 camera with a 2014-15 era sensor, probably.
Yeah.
And
the sensor's been replaced now. The software's gone out the window. It's all been upgraded, but I just can't justify that really. I know it was a £4,000 camera when it started, but like any digital camera, it's going to be a paperweight within 10 years.
Yeah, it drops. So it sounds like you got a really good deal on the Sony. So I'm interested to see your.
Well, I just thought it's half the price, and it's something to play with as an experiment. What's the worst thing?
And you already have good lenses for it. I mean, that's the key thing. You've got lenses already that you were already using.
Yeah. I looked at a Nikon DF.
Okay.
They're still $2,000, and it's a 16 megapixel. Yeah, it's probably a nice camera, but you're paying a lot of money for the retro look.
Yeah. Oh, that's their compact. Like the hipster look camera, right?
That's it. Yeah. But see, Tim's got some Nikon lenses, but I haven't. So in the end, I thought I'll opt for the Sony because I can use all my M lenses and Voigtlanders, the Zeiss, everything can go on it. So well, that's smart because you can use those lenses on multiple cameras. You can use them on film and digital cameras and get good results everywhere. So. Yeah, they can't be that bad. Anyway, if I don't like it, there'll be a bargain on eBay in a few months.
Okay. No, I from everything I've heard, it's a good camera. It's just the issue has been the lenses, and if you've already got lenses that work with it, then I mean you've got a great camera. So
I know the Zeiss I've got, the 35mm, doesn't work very well on it.
Okay.
Because of the sensor, the angle of the light falling on the sensor is the problem.
Okay. All right.
So that's the only one, but it's not a problem. That one can stay on the Leica, and
when you take out two cameras, you can take out the Leica with the 35 and the.
I can take out the Sony with the Voigtlander 50, which is supposed to be excellent. So we'll find out.
It's close, 35 to it's not quite as wide angle, but it's a 50 is a great walk around lens. I mean, you can
because it's a fast lens, and an f1.5 is going to be quite good.
Yeah, you're gonna. I think you're gonna love that camera. Is what I'm thinking. So.
Yeah, I couldn't really handle putting on really nice lenses on my Micro Four Thirds and watching the 50 become a 30, and the 90 become 180. It's.
Yeah. You just have to think. Yeah, you just have to think differently on the lenses to do that. But yeah, if you're moving them between cameras, now you can go from film to digital and get basically the same ratio. Yeah.
It'd be interesting, Mark. I'll take some of the same shots. I'll use like slide in the Leica and digital, and then we can scan it and compare them.
Yeah, then put it up against the 4x5 and see what we get.
Yeah, so 4x5 will wipe the floor with anything out there.
Probably. If you do your job as a photographer, it will give you good results. That's for sure.
Yeah. So we're going to be looking into some new stuff, Wes? Because when he gets his camera, he's going to be out there shooting loads of film.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. If it'll ever stop raining.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is the new camera waterproof? Because I don't think that Sony is. Because I think Sony has now taken off the waterproof or the rainproof.
Oh, they took the weather sealing or whatever off the.
Yeah. Because I think it's off their advertising now. Because I think so many people have had their cameras filled up with water that.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's still on there, but they're not advertising it.
No, I think it's actually been taken off of their website now. The weatherproofing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, there was that big there was the guy that did the YouTube video that went viral where his camera got rained on or something. They refused to repair it.
Yeah.
He left it in the garden, and there was a storm come over, and he realized it was out there, and he ran out and got it.
Yeah.
And he said it was waterproof because the water didn't come out until he actually took the lens off.
Okay. It was waterproof the wrong direction.
Yeah, I think that's not how it's supposed to work.
So, somebody put the seals on backwards. That's what I think.
It's like Wes says that Sony just wouldn't repair it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's outrageous, really.
Yeah. So they stopped advertising and talking and mentioning it as a feature.
Yeah.
So now they're held to a much lower standard. what the camera's expected to do.
Yeah, I'll see. I watched a clip of Digital Rev when that Kai geezer he got a glass of water and poured it over a Sony. Says it's waterproof, you know.
Yeah.
It's a great thing to do.
Don't
you
try
didn't see
this
the
at
cut
home.
where they switched out to the new one.
Yeah.
After that one broke.
I don't know. I even if a camera. Something like that, even if they said it was, I don't think I would test it like that. Yeah, I would just give it to Simi, and then he could go along the ocean, and that would be the real test.
Yeah.
Because we know Nikons are not waterproof.
Yes, we know that.
Not the 750 anyway, or the 80.
No. That is for sure. Well, cool. I'm looking
at those shots now, Mark, of the lakes and that. I bet he's got that chain to his wrist.
Yeah, he says he's much more deliberate with things now than he was. That was a hard lesson, but he learned it. He learned from it.
Yeah, you do.
I was saying last week, I'm paranoid with any camera, but especially the 4x5 on the tripod. Yeah. Even though it's like rock solid stable, I'm like, I don't want to go away from it. When it's on.
You don't want to be walking too far if it's a windy day.
Yeah, exactly. It's just not worth it. You know, something like that happens. It's a very expensive mistake. So let's see if Simi has done any camera tossing here with his. I think he's done a few. Yeah, he's posted a couple. So yeah, this was my last one from last week, and I've got the color one of this, and it looks okay, but I haven't had a chance to process it yet, so that'd be interesting to compare. But all right, so this is Wetland Snags. Oh, okay, I wonder if this was in that same area that he posted an image from last week. I think it looks like it is.
Yeah, it
the marsh area.
Similar.
Yeah.
Looks like the weather's been a bit bad for Simi there. That's not.
Yeah, he's got some storm clouds coming over there.
Yeah.
No, this was where did
I swear he took this in England.
Yeah. Is this the one? No, that's yeah, it does kind of. I don't know if maybe he darkened it up a little bit as well. I know he did that with the other one in that same area to kind of make it a little more ominous looking.
Yeah, he's trying to simulate infrared here, you know.
Mm-hmm. That's neat though. I like the colors. You got the grays, the greens, you got the golds, and then the grass. Yeah, it's neat stuff. As always. Oh, okay, so here we are, world's longest pier with the deadly diesel trains now.
Yeah.
So, and you walked, and is the museum all the way at the end?
No, it's right down the shore end.
Okay, so that's a museum right down here, basically.
Yeah, I mean, this pier has suffered from many fires in its time.
Mm-hmm.
There used to be a theatre on the end, which burnt down, and there used to be a bowling alley on the land end, which burnt down.
Okay.
We've had a few ships go through the pier.
Okay.
Yeah, because one of them, there was no one actually at the wheel.
Oh.
They was all downstairs having a cup of tea when it crashed through the pier and cut the pier off.
Oh man, that's not good. So this pier is probably fairly old. The original
Yeah,
one.
this is Victorian time when they were building all the piers. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It must have been so unique having a railway on there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's.
Do they make you pay to get on there?
Yeah, you can pay. You can walk it, or you can take the train up. We took the train up, and there's a restaurant on the end, and we walked back.
Okay, so you can walk for free, but you have to pay for the train. Is that right?
I think you can walk. I'm not sure if you have to pay to walk.
Okay.
But, it used to be free years ago, but
Yeah.
they probably do charge now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't a lot of money anyway. It was only a couple of pounds to get the train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not too much. Yeah, that's neat.
Well, it's only a mile and a half. So.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
walk.
it charges too much.
And the tide goes out beyond the end of the pier.
Oh, so at low tide, the water's actually beyond. Yeah. Wow.
On the spring tides, it drops about 26 feet.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I haven't seen a tide like that at all.
Yeah, the tides around this coast they really build. 26 foot is normal tide, really. If you was out there, Mark, on the mud flats, when the tide was out, and you started to walk back, you wouldn't make it.
Yeah, you get swept up.
The tide would come in so fast, you wouldn't be able to move fast enough.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point to keep in mind. When I get there, I will not go out at low tide.
Yeah,
I will stand on the shore and observe.
Yeah, you can walk the pier. That's quite safe.
Yeah.
When it's not on fire, of course.
Yeah. It's not on fire. Speaking of fire, look at this.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
I like entropic reflection.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
And this is only 0.8 of a second. So, but the color on this is wow. Imagine this is sunset. I would bet.
He's not on tonight. We can't question him what he's done to it.
Yeah. 6/5/22/39. Yeah. I'm sure he did a little bit, but he's
the color of those clouds is unusual, isn't it?
Yeah. I could see that. It almost looks like it's maybe darkened it up a little bit down here, but maybe not. Yeah. That's a interesting kind of magenta color. The clouds and the reflection in the water's perfect with the nice still water. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you get water that still?
Yeah. It's an interior lake, I think. It's probably what it is. No wind. Ooh, I really like this one. This is great. The lighting on this is great. Paradise Found. Devil's Hop Yard. So is this one of the 4?
Simmy's at that 10 stopper out again, eh?
No, it's only 0.8 of a second.
0.8, yeah.
Oh.
F11.
Pretty fast moving water to get this much.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's nice. The colors are great. Yeah,
if you put the 10 stopper on this, it'd be just like cotton.
Yeah, it'd be like there's a big thing of cotton balls sitting there. You probably tried it with it, I would imagine.
Probably.
But yeah, no, this is very nice. Yeah, another great waterfall shot. Yeah, I need to get a place like this with large format. That would be fun.
Yeah, that would be so good, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, there's
Someday.
a lot of nice waterfalls not too far from you.
Yeah, no, the mountains are not that far away, and I've actually been talking to one of the local guys that has a 4x5 about maybe doing some road trips. We can get up to the mountains within an hour and a half. There's some. Well, there's
Yeah.
Amicalola Falls, which isn't that far away at all. That's a
Right.
pretty dramatic fall.
Well,
Yeah.
I think for me to get a waterfall, I'm going to have to travel about 600 miles.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah, you got to go up into the Highlands, right? Up into
Yeah, I've got to go to Lake District or Wales
Okay.
or Scotland. Yeah.
Yeah. Good night. Lonely tree, another sunset for you to see. Let's watch together. I hope again you can watch the sun fade. So I wonder if did Simi write this or did he find this? That's I don't know. That's great. And this was it's only 4/10 of a second. I don't know. He's got some fast moving clouds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wondering if maybe he just did some sort of blur.
Yeah,
on it.
he could have blurred it. Yeah.
Yeah, because that lake's not moving, is it? There's not much ripple on that water. So
No, not much there. Yeah, he probably did some kind of blur because you got these leaves here on this this overhang.
he hasn't been blending two photographs together, is he?
This might, yeah. Didn't say, but you know, the magicians never reveal their secrets.
This is true. He'll probably say, I could tell you I did it, but I'd have to kill you afterwards.
Yes.
Nice look, though.
Yep. So
Ooh.
here is the Ektar version of that barn that I did last week in black and white. And pretty, I mean, I ended up with a little different crop. I wasn't comparing it exactly, but I pretty much just scanned this in and then set the film type to Ektar 100 on the
Well, an Epson scanner.
no, I scanned it as with no profile, and then the color conversion I used for Photoshop is called Color Perfect, and it's got a database of films, and it's pretty close. So the Ektar 100 is pretty solid. So I just set it there, and I adjusted a little bit, maybe change. I think I changed the contrast a tiny bit, and that's it. I didn't really do anything. Saturation is pretty much as is.
Yeah, I was using the profile on the Epson, and I used Ektar, and it came out awful, Mark. So I just used the generic.
Yeah, I use the generic on the scanner, which is the Epson B750 or whatever they use, and then on the color conversion software, they have a much better, well thought out profile. It gets you 95% of the way there. But yeah, so I don't know whether I like the black and white or the color. I mean, this is kind of interesting in color.
Yeah, I like the color
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah, there's some yellow. You got the different shades of green. You got the door.
The grass is not too bad in the foreground either, Mark, is it? That's
Yeah.
quite sharp.
Yeah.
And this was half a second at f/45, I think it was. And there was when I did the black and white, there was no wind, and this was a couple minutes later, and there was just a hint of a breeze. So I noticed some of these leaves up here were blurry. If I go in 100%, there's a little bit of movement there, whereas in the black and white, I couldn't see any movement. So I think there was just a little bit of a breeze. But yeah.
The building looks sharp, doesn't it? That didn't know.
Yeah, the building came out really nice. The only thing I didn't like about this sharpness-wise was some of the leaves here, and there's some grass here. If you zoom in, you can see that it's moving a little tiny bit. But
yeah, bit of motion.
I think that's just the wind.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, and that was the only thing.
Because if you look up in the front, it's sharp, and the barn is sharp, so it's got to be just the wind.
Yeah, it was just the wind. Whereas on the black and white, there was no breeze at all. This was just a little tiny.
Yeah. The grass is quite sharp.
Yeah, no, it came out nice. This was I basically everything I did in black and white I did color just so I could get used to comparing the two. So every shot, and I just started going through. This is the only one I was able to get done today, but I'm going to try to do the bridge. I think the bridge, that might be another one that looks better in color than black and white. But A couple of the other ones, I think the black and white's probably going to be better, like the headstone and that type of thing.
You sent this away to be developed, did you, Mark?
What's that, Dennis?
You send this away, or did you do it yourself?
No, I sent these away. Yeah, a lab in California that does. I've sent all my color film to them for the last few years, and they're reasonable. They charge $6 or $8 for a roll of 120, and $4 a sheet for 4x5. So
$4 a sheet.
It's I could see doing a bunch of these, get my own chemicals or doing that, but I'd have to get 8 or 10 sheets at once, I think, to make it worthwhile.
Yeah, you got the tank, haven't you, to do it?
Yeah. Yep. Well, the studio, the dark room at the studio definitely does. So it's just a matter of buying the chemicals and getting enough people to. Have they
got a sealed tank that once you got the negative in it, you can put the lid on and then work in the daylight?
They have a regular one, regular size. They don't have a large one, I don't think. So I think they have one that will hold a 4x5, but not anything larger than that. Because you just need what, is it 2 for the C41 or 3?
Well, chemicals.
Yeah.
It's just 2 on C41. It's 3 on E6. You've got 2 developers on E6.
Oh, okay. But C41 is just one developer and then the Blix, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the Blix is the why the chemicals are unstable, because you've got the bleach and the fixer mixed together and they react against each other.
Okay, all right.
That's why the E6 chemicals, which are 6 chemicals, last a lot longer.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're more stable.
Yeah, they're not. You don't mix them together. That's kind of like C41's kind of like epoxy. You got to mix the two together for them to work, and it doesn't take very long. Yeah.
And I think the Blix is the same as what you use on the RA4 paper developer.
Oh, okay. All right.
The paper Blix is the same stuff, I think. Yeah, you can just use that.
Okay. Yeah. No, I've been pretty happy with it. The lab I sent it to, they've always everything comes back in good shape. I haven't had any major mess ups with scratches or anything like that. So
I think you'll find the E6 chemicals. It's the first developer, which is the critical one.
Yeah, that's the one that has to be within basically half a degree, right?
The temperature right, and you got to get the time right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's not much leeway on that. You got to stay within half a degree, and then from then on, it's not so critical. Your second developer and your Blix, not a problem.
Okay, yeah, a little less dependent on exact temperature then.
I was using the Jobo as a temperature control bath. I just stood the chemical bottles in the Jobo and left it on.
Oh, okay.
And just left it on the right temperature for about 45 minutes. When I came back, every bottle in there, which I was going to need, even the wash water was in the bath. So everything was the same temperature, so you don't get any grain problems on the film.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Huh. Yeah. I might take a look at it. I don't shoot. Yeah, I think we could, if we got a couple people, because there are a few people in the studio that do 4x5 color.
Yeah,
from time to time.
I can't wait to do these positives though, because I know what 120 positives look like. I mean, they're excellent on the light table, but I have done a couple of C41s. But positive, I have not done any E6 yet, so.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to see how good they're going to look.
Yeah, they probably will look very good. Yeah, that's
even developing a roll of 35mm, Mark. When you hang it up and look at it, you're actually looking at your finished product. They look just so different from a negative.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't done slide. Haven't done any slide film. I don't think. I need to do some. I need to get some Provia and try that. Yeah, maybe.
You ain't got much leeway with slide film though. You got to get your exposure right.
Yeah, I'll probably send it off for developing. I'll take my chance with the exposure and then send it off for the developing.
If you buy a roll of 24, I don't know if they do it in 24, do they? Positive, they probably do.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you could run a roll through and give it a go, because it's not any harder, Mark, than doing C41 or black and white.
Yes, yeah. I've only done black and white. I probably should. Yeah, I probably should get do something in color.
Yeah, I was really impressed with the first color photograph I printed. I put the negative in the enlarger, put it in a tank, because you've got to do everything in pitch black. Everything is like no safe lights. Yeah. So I went through the process, and I took it out the Blix with the light on.
Okay.
And there was a perfect color photograph. Looks like he's just got it out of the shop, and I thought, wow.
Yeah.
I was so pleased with it, because
my work here is done.
I didn't know what I was going to get.
Yeah. Cool. Well, hey, good show, guys. I'm looking forward to seeing the new digital camera from Dennis and the pro level film camera that Wes has coming. That's going to be interesting. Now, how many frames per second will it do, Wes?
How fast can you cock the shutter?
Okay, you're not getting a winder for it? Auto winder?
No, I'm not getting the winder for it.
Okay.
I don't think the winder I have fits on it. I have the winder for the A-body Canon cameras, but I don't think that'll work.
How's the medium format going, Wes?
I haven't shot anymore. I still got 2 frames left on that roll of Acros I got in it. But yeah, I'm excited to see what that turns out like and play with that some more. I did buy a little rangefinder for it.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Since it's guess focusing, and you have to sort of guess how many feet you are away. I bought this little Kodak rangefinder that's from the same vintage, I think.
What lens has it got on it, Wes?
I don't know. It's like a little pocket rangefinder.
No, I mean the camera lens. What's the millimeter on the camera lens?
It's 103.
103.
Yeah, it's a weird focal length.
Yeah. You really have got to focus that, haven't you? Because if it was wide angle, then you could just like rig it up for a hyperfocal focus and not worry.
You can do somewhat of. I actually went on to it's like there's a place where you can put in the focal length and the format, and it'll give you a depth of field chart to use. Yeah. So I did that for that camera. So I have a depth of field chart to figure out, and figure out what I'm getting.
Are. Yeah.
For the distances, and I got this rangefinder to sort of see where I figure out how far away what I really want to be in focus is. So,
sounds like a good idea.
Those two.
Yeah. That's gonna be good. And are you going to develop the film yourself, Wes, or are you going to?
I doubt it.
Come on, Wes, you got to do it.
It's like $350 at the local shop. It's not even worth me bothering with it.
Yeah, you're not getting the satisfaction at the moment when you undo the tank and you see it's done.
Yeah, but I just got to open the envelope and pull the negatives out.
Yeah. And if there's nothing on it, then you can blame the lab. You don't have to blame yourself.
Right. Yeah. Oh, they messed it up again.
Yeah. No, cool. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing some of the results from you guys' new cameras, and it should be fun. Hopefully the weather cooperates for you here, Dennis and Wes. Hopefully the rain stops down there.
Yeah, maybe for a little while anyway.
Yeah. That's summertime though. You always get those pop-up rain showers. You just got to plan around it and hope you're somewhere where you can duck under cover real quick, because they don't last very long. I mean, they pop up for 10-15 minutes and then they're gone.
Well, the afternoon showers are normal, but it's been raining all day long all week now.
Oh, okay. So not just afternoon showers.
Yeah, it's been just a wet week.
Yeah. The drought's going to be over. That's a good thing, I guess. Huh?
Yeah.
No more drought.
I remember when I was in Florida that it did rain most evenings.
Yeah.
Yeah, summertime they almost always get pop-up stuff between like 2 and 5 or something like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, guys. Hey, good week. Everybody have a good week. Happy Father's Day, Dennis. Yep. Enjoy the last. Well, it's already Monday for you, so yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, but
Another Sunday for you tomorrow, though. So enjoy.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't do Mondays anymore. It's just
I just cross them off the list. Hey, have a good week, guys. Thanks for
see
popping
you.
in and joining, and we'll see you next week. Take care.
See ya.
Bye.
Cheers.
See you.